What's up, my little TisaTells? How y'all doing today? Well, if you're a Kim Kardashian, baby, it's been a bad week. One, you had to fake like you were cutting ties with Balenciaga while they filed their fake lawsuit that they dropped the next day. We'll talk about that later. But let's talk about why you really probably upset. One, you lost your Skins lawsuit. You know, Skin, SKKN, when she tried to take it from that Brooklyn lady, baby, the reports are in. And baby, I smell settlement. I smell money. I smell like this gonna be a very Merry Christmas in Brooklyn. We got details on how Kim actually is the biggest loser. We also have what is going on with Kanye. Not only did you just have, I think, in my opinion, I'm gonna tell you why I think she's settled, right? It's so obvious. Why you had to settle that Skins case, which means that girl got a pretty penny because she was not going out cheap. But Kanye out here on Al Gore's internet calling you a ho 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 Merry Christmas. How did you settle the divorce? You got like 8 mansions, this and that. I can go over the divorce later. And the first thing Kanye does is turn around and be like, and she slept with this man too. But the real gag is, we might as well just start taking notes, because I think Kanye and Kim were both riding all the rides and sliding all the slides while they were linked as one. I'm just saying, someone that says that they are addicted to pee, I don't think they have like a normal vanilla, you know? I don't even think they probably look at threesomes and orgies as vanilla. I think they probably got some, like, I don't know, Sodom and Gomorrah mess jumping off, because the things that he's seen and the things that he needs to do to get it, because there's that study. This is actually a real scientific study. I know I'm about to get into a lawsuit. There's a real scientific study that the more pee or you watch, the more desensitized you get to regular relationships and even regular. So it's almost like you have to keep upping the ante, chasing the dragon, if you will. Anyway, so I don't know. I feel like their marriage was like an episode of Dragon Tales. Remember that? Anyway, so let's look at Kim's, right? Now, of course, the Kardashians are trying to spin this as a win, because everything they do is a win, right? Even when they have to, it's a win, right? But let's read between the lines, because this is actually important. Kim scores a major victory in a lawsuit after she's accused of stealing her SKKN line from a small business owner. Kim scored a major victory in her lawsuit, and when she's accused of stealing her SKKN line. Now I know what you're saying. Why is it saying victory? Because, baby, this is what planted press releases is. You actually have to read through it to see what they're saying, to be like, wait, the headline makes no sense. And documents exclusively obtained a lawsuit against Kim and filed by a small business owner in Brooklyn. It's been dismissed. So when you read it, you're like, so did she win? But no, let's get further in. A notice of voluntary dismissal. A notice of voluntary dismissal was filed earlier this month in a suit which was filed in January by Sydney Lunsford, the owner of SKKN Plus, a Black-owned spa and beauty center, who was fighting with Kim over the trademark for the name. The wording in the dismissal does not indicate whether Kim paid a settlement. The Brooklyn business appears to not only be surviving, but thriving, as it remains open and has a slew of positive reviews on various sites. Okay, let's decode that BS, right? Because this is, you mislead the people. The wording on the dismissal does not indicate whether Kim paid a settlement. All settlements are confidential. At least if you have a lick of sense, there's nobody in the world that would sign a settlement that wasn't confidential. All settlements are confidential. The only way, now here's the thing. Can you 100% tell if there's a settlement? No, they're confidential. But there are indicators and clues that let you know a settlement happened. 1, Kim said she was going to fight this to the bone. 2, they offered her a pitiful amount of money, to which Miss Lunsford said, get the F out of here, right? 3, Kim's bulldog lawyer went in on attack, ripping her apart a la Black China style. You know what I'm talking about. Racially tinged insults, right? 4, right? The girl voluntarily dismissed. That means that they were locked in headed to court. Let's not forget that all Kim's trademarks were on hold until this case was resolved. Oh, you didn't know? Kim thought she was smart because she got a high-powered lawyer. Literally walked in there with the trademarks, literally said some stuff about, oh, that's just like a little shop in Brooklyn. Nobody even knows who you are. And Miss Lumford said, I bet all the patent attorneys in Brooklyn know who I am. I bet all the patent attorneys in Brooklyn are gonna let you know who I am, right? She got to, let me tell you something. A Brooklyn attorney, a Brooklyn patent and trademark attorney. Oh, you know, Michael, Kim's dirtbag lawyer, came over to New York and thought he was going to do some Black China like crip walking. And they sharpened their knives and ate him up. You do not want to mess around with a Brooklyn patent and trademark attorney. Please, lawyer Twitter, if you're in there, please let them know. Anyway, right? So she got really good counsel. Now, that means that all Kim's patents were on hold, because even though Kim had all the money, she tried to make all these excuses. Trademark law. I had this first. You are now trying to get this. It is mine. If you want it, you're going to have to pay like Rob Kardashian weighs. Kim obviously said, that's too much. That's like a guild. Let me stop. Anyway, and before y'all say, stop it, Rob is the way he is because he is well, I don't know if he still is, but he was bragging about being a member of the Scissor Boys. And we all know what Scissor and Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies do to the waistline. That's all I'm saying. It's not natural, and it's definitely man-made. Anyway, to get back to what I was saying, that means that this woman with her bad New York lawyer, for no reason, they got Kim on the ropes, walked into the federal courthouse for the Southern District of New York, which is, I believe, in Brooklyn. You walked into that courthouse and you had your lawyer file paperwork to voluntarily remove it from the court system. Voluntary dismissal, saying, okay, fine. And this was dismissed with prejudice, which means you can't bring it up. Dismissal with prejudice, another red flag that it was a settlement. When it's dismissed without prejudice, that means, okay, fine, I'm removing it because I'm not ready, but I still get another bite of the apple. I'll see you in court once I get my ducks in a row. That is without prejudice. You can always bring it again. With prejudice means it's finito, it's done, ain't nothing you can do about it. So you mean to tell me with this woman, with all her eggs in a row, that told Kim to kiss my ass, you better put a few more zeros behind there and come back, right? You walked in and voluntarily dismissed. Sounds like a settlement to me. And it sounds like the Kardashian machine, because they are obsessed with everybody thinking that they win all their cases, because they somehow think that they can show that, like, they're Devo on the lawyer block, and you better not step to them because you're going to lose. They somehow think that's going to thwart lawsuits. The only problem is that's only if you bring up a frivolous lawsuit. Anybody that brings a real lawsuit up about some BS they did is not going to be thwarted, just like Miss Lunsford wasn't. And I feel like SKKN Plus in Brooklyn is getting renovated. I feel like it's doing fantastic. Oh, and this is the last thing, the seventh thing that lets me know, at least from my opinion, that there was a settlement. Kim and her legal team are vicious. They are very disrespectful to the people that they went over. They are vindictive. The fact that they are even saying nice things, her business is thriving, has a lot of Yelp reviews, and they're not literally trying to make her be like a shameless opportunist, ghetto hussy that came up. That's what they were doing before all this. Lets me know, yeah, y'all settled, right? Anyway, listen, it looks like they settled. What else? Let's see. Oh, but more importantly, right? What did Kimberly wear? Is anybody buying her $960 system? Is anybody buying that? I know you can buy it separately and it's $630. Who the F is spending? First of all, have you seen Kim's skin? Kim's skin looks all right. But when you consider all the money she puts into preserving, that she's only 42 years old, and you see Kim's skin, and you're like, you mean to tell me that if I spend $1,000 for a month stuff, I might look for, like, your skin looks like every regular 42-year-old skin. Girl, stop. And you got that Armenian blood. Please stop acting. Please stop acting like y'all be curdling like old milk when you're 42 years old. Armenians look fine when they're 42. Anyway, she's actually expanding her skin line. People are saying it's overpriced, this and that. Listen, I guess if you want to look like, you know what? But let's get into the real thing that I thought was so funny. On top of doing this, Kanye is on his BS, claiming he caught Kim with Chris Paul in the wild Twitter right now. Here's what I will say, right? Kim has a preference. She does. And I think that preference is always going to be there. But then again, it makes me wonder, Kanye, are you sure? Because you also accused Kim of being with Meek Mills. No, I don't think that she would do it because it looks like his type, chocolate, muscular, you know, interesting features, but attractive, right? I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Kim because, you know, she loves. But Kanye West has alleged that he once caught Kim with NBA player Chris Paul in a Twitter rant Thursday night. Here's the thing about Kanye. Kanye says crazy stuff, but I feel like if we just take him for word value, he's either telling the truth or he's telling you exactly how he feels. I think he says, I love walnuts. And everybody's like, no, but you don't understand, because Kanye's going to make a walnut pesto and he's going to plant a walnut farm and he's going to feed all the people in Southern California walnuts. And that's how he's going to start, he's going to solve hunger. See, you're not thinking. To which I say, no, Kanye meant exactly what he says. He loves walnuts and he's going to make some walnut ice cream. You guys are assigning all this secret meaning. When Kanye tweets, it reminds me of the first season of True Detective. Do y'all remember that? Matthew McConaughey was the detective, and he did such a good job of really being in the character that you started like making, in my head, I was making up all the, wait, maybe it's paranormal, maybe it's supernatural, maybe it's this, maybe, because he had me, there was so much there. And then at the end of the movie, the HBO movie, it came on HBO, you find out that it was just a basic detective story that had a basic ending with no supernatural, no paranormal. But Matthew McConaughey was such a good actor that he really made you think that the impossible was possible. Now, I'm not saying Kanye is Matthew McConaughey, but I am saying that y'all reading too much into what's going on, just like season 1 of True Detective. But let's get into this, right? Kanye's account has been suspended by Twitter, which makes me think, are those rumors about Elon buying Yeezy even true? Because why would you suspend your business partner? I don't know, but I'm sure that the Kanye conspiracy theorists are going to come up with a way to connect all this, right? Season 2 of True Detective. He said, before we get out of here, I caught this guy with Kim. Good night. And he tweeted a photo of Paul, who's been married, who's been married to Jada Crawley since 2011. And he has a son, Christopher, and a daughter, Cameron. Kanye, why you do that? Why did you do that? I get it. You're divorced. You're so angry and mad and sad that you want the world to burn. You started burning your own world. And now you want everybody else's world to burn. Man, look, the man enjoyed his wife and kids. His wife wasn't taking him to court. His wife wasn't the real life manifestation that you created of your hit song Gold Digger. Why don't you come and mess up this man? Ooh, do look like Kim's, look. Looks like her type. We have no proof, but it looks like her type. And you caught Kim with them? How did you catch Kim with them? I'm interested to know. Let's just say this is true. We don't know. This is Kanye, but I want to know logistics. How did you catch her? Did she get a hotel room and you ran up in there a la cheaters? Were you invited to join? Was he at your house laid up in your bed and you had to chase him out and he was like running out with like one shoe in his hand and a sock falling off and pulling his pants up? How did you catch him? Kanye, no. Elon, please unlock Twitter. Let Kanye come back, because I'm going to need to know, how did you catch Kim? How did you know Kim was on there? Don't just drop that bomb and then say good night. Now listen, Paul's rep said the accusation is not true. Kim says she wants to be left alone so she can focus on the well-being of her children. I agree. At this point, Kim, you ain't never getting somebody to date you unless it is Jeff Bezos, and you know he will cheat. So be he'll cheat with the close friends. So go on and keep being friends with them. Unless it's Jeff Bezos, who the heck is going to date you when Kanye is literally putting on limo blast every other day? But like I woke up said on Twitter, it's so random that you know it's true. They said Kanye dropped the Chris call bomb and went to sleep. I used to do mean things like that. They said, jokes aside, Kanye threw that Chris Paul-ish to change the subject from him to his ex-wife. We can't move the topic of discussion, gaslighting 101. B-Ball, I see what you're saying, but we can also drag Kanye and talk about the way Kim has not officially cut ties with Balenciaga and that whole Pedialyte bear scandal. But anyway, we're going to have to save that for another video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.